Alrighty, so I've gotten a couple of comments asking me to maybe go a little bit more in depth in explaining how to add specific weapons to the level list. And I had a comment from Wary Statue 33 Born Again that says, think you could make a video on how to replace specific weapons. Example, I want to replace the Institute Laser pistol with a mod and the Institute Laser rifle with a different mod. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that. So go ahead and get your mod organizer. Xedit. We're going to be using a fresh ESP for an example, but you can use, I think it is this mod right here. Weapons level list overhaul. That is found on the Nexus. Just type in weapons level list over. Maybe type weapon. Oh, level list. There it is. Weapon level list overhaul, flagged as a modder's resource. This is developed by Darkenard, also known as Marion, from the XHX Discord. This is a mod that allows you to actually install, and when you do, and you launch Xedit, it will give you some very simple categories that you can add weapons to the level list, which I've already shown how to do in a previous video. We're going to pretty much do that here today, but I'm going to go a bit more in depth. So let me load this up. All right, that is finished. So as you can see here, this is the mod, the one that I made in particular, that I shared with Marion. You have all the categories set up, and as you can see, you have entries in here. For example, this Desert Eagle from Combined Arms, you just copy and paste it into one of these categories, and you're done. But what the user, Wary Statue, wanted to know was, how do I do it with specific weapons? So I'm going to show you how to do that. First, you want to deselect everything, select none, and you just want to load out Fallout ESM. And the weapon mod that you want to put into the level list or overriding a weapon. So I'm going to do an example of, let me find the AN94. I can't use my AN94 because I don't have tactical reload enabled, so we'll just go with, the MP5. That'll work. Let's load up these. All right. So you want to go to Fallout ESM, and there are multiple ways of doing this, mind you. Is you can add the, what is it, the MP5? Yeah, so you can add this MP5 in the weapons right here. You can add any of these MP5s to the level list. You can overwrite them via a weapon. You can add them into the inventories. You can add them into the vendor level lists. There's a bunch of options you can do. You can make it a chance at spawning, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm only going to show you a couple of those examples because only some of them are useful, in my opinion. But the first and the primary way that I would add it would be the level list. This is probably the easiest way of adding it. So you can just sort by editor ID at the top and scroll through until you find the weapon that you're looking for. They're all kind of different named, like level list tire iron, for example. And let's say that I wanted to make the tire iron the MP5, right? So you would find the record you want. So tire iron right here. It is referenced by 6 level list. So level list weapons all, legendary spawns, the vendor level list. I'm not sure what that is. Unique and raiders. But let's say, for example, I want this tire iron to become a an MP5. Right click on it, and then copy as override into, and it's going to give you a little warning. It doesn't matter. And you're going to want to make a new ESP if you're doing it the way I am right here. And you're going to want to make this ESP flagged as an ESL. That would make it to where it doesn't take up a mod slot. Because I think you can only have like 256 in the base mod organization, but if you flag it as an ESO, you can have much more. We're just going to name this test level this MP5 for the purposes of this tutorial. Nice. So now what this does is it actually adds this record as a duplicate and an editable version into our ESP we created. So if we come all the way up here, we disable or minimize followed ESM, minimize the MP5, we now have a test MP5, or a test level this MP5. And in the leveled item category, we have a tire iron. So there are, that's pretty much the easiest way to do it. And all you need to do to add the MP5 is you go into the MP5 or whatever mod that is. It could be any mod. Click weapon to grab the actual weapon record, and Control C for copy. Click on your leveled item, which is, for example, the tire iron here. Go into the test MP5. So you have like these categories here. Each of these are references for the mods. So the follow ESM is one. You can view it as like an entry, a category, a column. And then the test MP5. Let's say, like, if I made another one and I took this and I copied it as override into and made another one, there would be 3 here instead of 2. So you want to go to the one that you actually want to edit it in. So test level this MP5. And the same goes for the tutorial I put up the other day or the other week. You just go to this level this entry, sorted, and all you need to do is change this reference right here. You can just double click, Control V, enter. This error is because I didn't add it as masters. Oh, I was gonna keep giving it. Oh, that works too. To add the weapon as a masters, you just go to the weapon, or you go to the mod you want to add it to. Right click, add masters, the MP5, select it or whatever weapon mod you have, and you click OK, and you wait for that to be finished. It's done. And now I can come over here, double click that, Control V, enter. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing by accident. Let me go back to the MP5 weapon. This. Let me Control C. Tire iron. This. Control V. Enter. And now the tire iron, which is referenced by these 6 entries, all of these will spawn, or is referencing the tire iron. So all 6 of these are referencing the tire iron, and the tire iron is going to spawn the MP5. I obviously could jump into game and show you that, but I know that's how it works, so you can do testing if you want to. Just for the purposes of the tutorial, it works. Now, there's a couple other ways you can do this. That's the most basic and simple way of doing it. That's my actual preferred method. The the other method is a little weirder. You go into your Fallout ESM again, scroll down to the weapons category, and you can sort by name, sort by name, and we'll sort by bottom, so all the names appear up top. These are all of the references to the specific actual 3D models of the weapon. So you can manually change their existence. So how that would work, right? So let's say I come down and I grab the 44, or let's take this as an example, the 10mm, the 10mm pistol. This is referenced by, as you can see, leveled lists. It has a bunch of entries, and some of these are level list entries, like right here. Simple, auto, semi-auto. Some of them will spawn in safes, like here. Generic level list, vendor level list. And that's what I just showed you prior. But doing it this way, so grabbing this actual 10mm record and copying into the test ESP, and going up, closing this, going into your test ESP, going into the weapon record that we just added, you can actually change this weapon record to the MP5. And the way you do that is you take the, where is it? I sorted by name, sort by editor ID. There we go. Take the weapon name from the MP5 ESP, Control C, or actually a better way of doing this is just copying as override into your test or to my MP5 ESP, And now it enters both the records. And what you can do here is you can actually select both of them by clicking on one of them, shift click, so you have them both selected, and then compare to make sure they're both, see the 10 mm here and the MP5 here. And then you would hover over the MP5 record and or click anywhere on these categories, and you want to copy multiple to selected records. This will replace all of its data. So the 10 millimeter, all of its data, its object bounds, its templates, its firing sounds, everything with the MP5 variant. Just confirm all of that, and you're done. So now every single instance, as long as there are no more in the Fallout ESM weapon category, every instance of the 10 millimeter will be completely and totally overridden with an MP5, and it will always be the MP5. And those are the two preferred methods. I don't recommend any other method, and that's pretty much it. So now if we go into game and we look for tire irons with those specific references, and we look for 10 millimeter pistols, they should be an MP5. And that's as simple as it is. You can also mass do this. For example, let's say that you only wanted a melee weapon to be in your game, right? You could come to the weapon category here. You can grab all of these weapons. You can copy as override into your test ESP. So now my test ESP has every single weapon that can spawn inside of Fallout 4. The base game, that is. This doesn't work for DLC. Well, this type of editing does work for DLC, but it doesn't edit the DLC. And you can select all of these, right? And then you can actually compare selected, and you can actually overwrite any of these. So, for example, let's say I wanted everything in the entire game to be a 44 millimeter pistol, right? Or 44 pistol, right? I could just copy multiple to selected records, editing all of these records, editing every single reference to any gun in the game. Give it a second. And boom. Now every single item in the game will be a 44, except for the MP5 and the base record of a 44 will obviously be a 44. So the 10 millimeter pistol will now be an MP5. Anything else in the game will be a 44. And I think it's the tire iron somewhere. I think I actually overrid it, but the tire iron would have been, but I think I overrid it. Rates T right here. Yeah, I overrid it with the 44, but if I change that back, it would still be an MP5. And that's as simple as you can get it going. Honestly, those are the two best methods I have. Any questions, just leave them down in the comments below. Don't be shy. My Discord is your boy Zach4109. So if you want to DM me and you have any questions and you're concerned about something, let me know. And that's about it. See you guys.